It's like it's a compact wardrobe that everything that you bring has a dual purpose. Like you bring like two jeans, one pair of shorts, and shirts that you could wear with multiple outfits. I think they call it
Clothes.
no, they call
Wear
it
jeans and shirts with multiple outfits.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
There's only two of us here because Marcos is out there, putting together his concoction.
He got them cheeks.
What flavor you think it is this time?
He likes orange. I'm going orange again.
I don't know. I feel like he got because he can do like that naranjas, but maybe I think he's gonna come back with like a lime one this time.
Lime? Okay,
Lime and pineapple.
I'll say I'm going orange or grape.
Okay, orange, grape, lime, and pineapple. All right, loser gotta take a shot.
I have to get it.
what'd you say?
Oh no, we just we
Cheap juice is back.
What flavor is that? We both might have lost. That look like kiwi.
I'm about to say it should look bright
So
red.
this is cherry
Blood red.
blackberry,
Oh shit!
Oh,
and then
both
cherry blackberry. It tastes weird, like it tastes like
It tastes like
seltzer.
straight booty. It tastes like
No,
straight booty.
It tastes
Around the
like
lip.
seltzer. So then I
It tastes like
added
booty hole.
so I added the orange, which is the normal flavor you guys know.
That ain't the
But
that's the ring.
but I also got this especially for today.
Oh shit! Okay.
I haven't had that yet. Is it any good? I haven't had that yet.
The American lager is way better than the one that's all black, and because I don't like IPAs, and then the original one. The original one will get you fucked up, like Dave Chappelle. Like, I'll have you fucked up in no time.
So Chris, we both lose.
I guess so
our
because
guess?
I said it's gonna be either red or I said orange or grape. He
And I
said lime or
I said-
pineapple.
I said pineapple or lime.
You said orange or grape?
That's what the
He was
color's gonna be.
He was looking into his own refrigerator.
It's like,
No, my-
ooh, what's that
my-
grape drink?
Now my cheek juice consists of honey and jelly on cheese.
He prefers jelly.
You see, I prefer marmalade.
Oh shit!
Oh,
All right, with that
man.
being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Ford Delta. How's everybody
This is-
doing out there?
This is throwing me off because normally
No, I mean
So,
it all. You guys always switch. I'm always in the same spot because I'm
Yeah.
always the host on it. But like,
Yeah.
y'all switch depending on how the internet decides to work or shadows or whatever.
You talking about on the screens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's always the same on mine.
because you
Right.
got yours set to where the speaker is talking, right? Where it shows the
Okay.
speaker.
I have all three so I can see
Yeah,
so I can get y'all reactions and stuff.
yeah. I got a gallery set up as well. Chris, Chris
Yeah, I
can't Chris can't focus unless the person's big because he got bad eyes.
No,
He's
mine's
staring in the
perfectly
booty
fine.
holes all his life. He's like,
Looking like, do I want to go in here? Let him know.
like he's staring into him like he hunting catfish.
Oh God!
Speaking of hunting, that's the movie this week. My choice, and I was actually really interested in this movie specifically because now Marcos mentioned that it's based off of an anime. I knew it was based off an anime, but the reason why I was interested in because the old school Jackie Chan version is one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies of all time.
You know what? You might think differently about me here because I was a fan of the anime. I've seen the Jackie Chan one, and I was like, people love that it's beautiful, but I was just like, this is just a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? Because I haven't seen the anime or even know what this was. I just watched the movie.
Yeah.
But what my head was this is an anime in human form,
Mhm.
not knowing it was in it before, and I
And-
kept saying this is a Jackie Chan on steroids.
And hold on. All I gotta say is, I'm gonna give you your props. I like this movie. I had this movie in the back in my queue. Like I'm not one of those people that favorite movies on Netflix, but I always have like a running list, and if I remember to watch it, like I'll watch it. I always end up watching something stupid that I've seen 1,000 times, like The Departed or something on Netflix. But this one, I really like it. It was very quirky and like Chris was saying, if you don't like anime or didn't know this is based on an anime, you were like, ooh, what the fuck is going on in this?
Yeah.
Well, the movie
Yeah.
we watched this week, again, it was my pick. It was City Hunter. It's actually a Netflix original, which surprised me because if this was in theaters, I might have went and watched it. I mean, if you toss up a trailer, because this thing was like a good version. It was like a detective version of Love Hurts, almost.
Okay.
You know?
I can see that.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I picked it, not just because of the Jackie Chan movie, because I feel like we had Marcos's
Oh, my
camera.
God.
He's
No, it's what the hell? Oh, okay. Oh, now I'm not. My background is not even in anymore. What the
Look
hell?
like-
You possessed over there?
he on Double Dare with all the
About to
green
say, yeah.
background. The
About to
ooze.
say, your eyes are red. What's going on here?
Oh no.
The cheat juice getting to you?
Hold on. Let's
It
see.
is. It's the cheat juice.
Yep.
It entered
It
his
is.
body, and now it's
Look.
all seeping out. And it's turning him
Oh,
into
man.
He got the new flavor.
succubus.
He got devil juice. That was called devil's cheeks.
Yeah. But no, so so I picked this movie base one was because I feel like we hadn't done a foreign film in a while. Not necessarily like we did Wolf Warrior, but I'm not counting Wolf Warrior. That's kind of its own thing, but
Yeah.
you know, this was the first movie that we did where it was like, a legitimately like well-made like foreign film. What'd you think of this movie?
Yes. Look, I liked it, but everything you guys are saying
Mhm.
is like everything I thought of. Jackie Chan on steroids,
Mhm.
but it was like almost like a disrespect because I felt like Jackie Chan was naturally funny. Like
Yeah.
I don't think his funny came from the script. I think it was
Yeah.
just like it was there.
Yeah.
Versus this stuff was like, okay, we're gonna do this scene where his pants are off and like the horn dog.
That was my favorite part. I was like, Chris is watching this. He's probably like, man, this is my story. Am I Asian for real?
Like, the dude fights crime like sex. I mean, I'm not too mad at him, but his punchlines were terrible. Oh
yeah.
man,
I mean, so like, again, when you get movies that are based off anime or cartoons and stuff like that, it's a real hit or miss. Sometimes they try to take it a little too seriously, like kind of like the Power Rangers movie, that newer one, where they kind of go darker, they go a little more serious, or you go like you try to make it like a real movie, like the Dora the Explorer movie.
Mhm.
Like it feels like they tried to actually like make a serious movie with that. Where this one, it felt like they're like, hey, this cartoon, this anime has a certain feel to it, and we're gonna keep with that feel. So I really liked it.
Yeah, it was just like even at the beginning when he's I guess flies through the window and he lands on the I'm gonna call it the air mattress.
Yeah.
Slides on the stairs.
Oh no, yeah.
But
You see what kind of room it was that they came out of? It was like in the bathtubs.
yes, like what was he doing on the floor? Okay, but either way, he flies down the stairs, goes through the window, and when he hits the pavement, you hear it squeak. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it's not a movie to be taken seriously. Right?
Oh man,
So if a movie like this isn't made to be taken seriously, it's got to either just be entertaining enough to where you're gonna go along with the story, or it's gonna be so crazy that you're like, I can't take my eyes off it. I think it was the former, where I thought like the story was complex enough to where it made me want to pay attention to figure out what was going on.
see the story. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had it playing, but I found myself getting to go do something every so often.
Yeah.
So
So was it kind of did it feel like kind of a surface level story?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what threw me off about it. Like it wasn't bad. I think it was just I expected more. I guess not more martial arts, but I guess more seriousness. I guess that's
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe you expected it to take itself a little more seriously. So when they kind of went with that slapstick comedy thing, you might have threw you off like, it's not a serious movie.
The opening scene, he's on top of the building with some binoculars. What was it? Red bikini, black bikini. Ooh, like what?
Yeah. Oh shit.
And then when I got this little red rinky dink car. Oh man.
No, but like, okay, that's one of the things in animes. I know you notice it. You always get those anime characters that are just horn dogs, and I'm glad they actually put that into the movie. But it's 2000. This movie was made in 2024. But you're not gonna see that in a lot of movies nowadays, especially like with that level of like just hey, I'm trying to hop on this girl.
Yeah. What do you call it? I knew something was wrong with the movie in the very opening scene when the lady walks up to her, which is in the hills, and it zooms in on the titties. I was like, okay, what are we doing here?
You're like, I need help.
And she's like, help me, and it zooms in on the titties. I was like,
He kept
okay.
referring to her as the what was it the chesty sweater.
He called her a lot of names. What do you call her? Sweater melons or something like that.
Watermelon. All right, so the story of the movie is you have City Hunter and his partner, and they're essentially what, like private eyes.
Yeah, I think they were detectives, but they quit the police force, but were still doing detective work.
Well, I think so. I think his partner used to be a detective. I think he was kind of like his kind of did his own thing, and so it was almost one of those, almost like Ace Ventura. Kind of, he goes by his own rules, so he kind of maybe doesn't really get along with the police department like that.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on, Marcos is back.
Oh, okay. I got a joke for him. Oh man,
You're gonna come back. Okay, let's.
hold on. You still in the same position? You?
Wow, yeah, you're literally in the same exact position you were when it disconnected.
Look, that cheek juice demon took over you quickly. It was like cheeks now. You was like, okay. you was going for a good what? 6
No,
minutes?
it's fun. I'm gonna. I think Sarat jinxed
so
me
what-
here.
No, so what happened
it-
was Zoom. I know the Zoom app updated, so it might
Yeah, it
might
updated
have
for
done a
me
bunch of
too.
shit too. Yeah, so
So because it was like as soon as it X'd out when I was trying to get my camera work, it just exited out and then it brought up another window right behind it. I was like, what the hell?
yeah, it won't cross out for Chris because Chris got dial up, so it won't take too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
like,
see?
He's
Sometimes-
working. He's working on 2 Android phones and a and a Cricket wireless. There you go.
Look, don't hate. This old school stuff never fails. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All these electric cars, gasoline. Just saying.
So Marcos, did you have any like favorite aspects of this movie?
Well,
I find it okay. You weren't on, but Chris said that it's kind of just okay to Chris.
really.
Yeah.
I first of all,
Oh, this
And-
okay. Keep going. I'm gonna let you finish because these type
So-
of movies pissing me off for certain parts. Go ahead.
Probably the realism.
Mm-mm. Fuck that. When they
No.
run into the damn warehouse, how you got 50 million people suited up in body armor and you're in there with one pistol? If for some reason he's getting good shots and taking everybody out, but they can't hit him for shit. I hate
because
movies
it's
like that.
anime. It's anime style. That's what I was trying to say. What I said earlier. If you don't like anime or you don't know about anime, realize this is a direct, like bar for bar readaptation. You're gonna be confused. And I like that they went full blown like anime style. Like I like that. I don't know about you. Do you like that, Sarat?
Yeah, so I like when movies can create a specific type of atmosphere or environment that you can associate with it. Kind of like Baby Driver.
Yeah.
You know?
Baby Driver was good though. That was different.
No, but there's a lot of people that don't like Baby Driver.
Huh,
But,
okay.
but the thing is, it's like it creates a kind of atmosphere to their world to where like people will talk a certain way. Yeah, see, this is what you're gonna do here. See, kind of like you do that, and like depending on how you react to the story and the world that it builds, you either just fall into it or like
So-
you, Chris, you might look at it like, this is it's too unbelievable for me to really get into.
So you
In his underwear.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There was certain
I was like, that's Chris's old job.
Oh man.
with a pack of squares in your church socks on the side of your ankle. But
Oh,
got a lie.
God.
But yeah, Marcos, did you have a favorite aspect of this movie or moment in this movie?
I like that this movie kind of like again, I keep going back to it's just like Japanese anime. That a lot of people, if you watch an anime movie or like an anime series, they try to give the character this well-rounded personality. Like it's not like, oh, I'm super serious and brooding. the guy was the most skilled dude in the movie in terms of fighting and marksmanship. That was established.
Mhm.
But they gave him also the comedic side and the pervy side, which is does not escape Japanese animation. The
Yeah.
main character always like is lustful, even if he wants to. Like think of Naruto.
Why is that? Is that just a Japanese thing? You gotta have some guy who's just a horn dog.
And then a lot of times it's the main character for no reason, and it's not even a horn dog. It's like I guess in Japanese society, and again, I am no expert at anything. My assumption is that they're so reserved in real life that this is the only way that express themselves. Like it's always like do you remember Naruto the first not Shippuden? It was always like like every time like Naruto would be
Sexy
mad
jutsu.
emotional.
He got that
Yeah.
sexy jutsu. He turns into the sexy blonde girl, and everybody goes, "Oh shit!"
And then every time, and then he always wanted to get with one of the with Sarada and like all those. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why is this always like this? But I realized, after a while that that's just how it is. Some of the anime, and I guess this gets cut in the on the editing floor, is like Voltron and stuff like that. You never got that, and that was a serious anime, but kids enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like more of the modern anime, even if you go to like Demon Slayer, it's like it's action, and then every once in so often you get a pervy mode, and they're like, "Oh, like what's going on?" It's just like
Let me ask
that's
you
what
this.
made this movie work. It's funny as hell. Like he was the most serious character, but then like every 2 seconds he was trying to hit on a chick.
Well, okay, so was there a perfect character in Dragon Ball Z at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's
the old
Roshi.
man. The old
That's
man.
why she was a perfect character?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Master Roshi was
Oh, you
staring at
obviously-
Bulma like
Yeah, you obviously did not see it. Yeah, he
because
was beating out.
Chris
he was
Chris always
beating
paid attention to King
allegations.
Kai. Chris really liked King Kai.
Fuck you.
Something about King Kai. I don't know what it is. Something about King Kai because Chris' favorite.
Yeah, you,
You
you
can tell
used
me
to
though.
wear. You used to wear the same shoes. Yo, that's why I got 2 pairs of Roshis in my closet that I never take out because I'm like, I ain't trying to look like Mr. Popo.
Oh gosh. But
No, like no. So, but like, yeah, I don't know if it's just like again with animes, they're just trying to reach into every aspect of like human nature. So like you'll get your sad scene right next to your pervy scene, right next to your action scene. Like it's like
Yeah.
if you got $10, you're gonna spend it on this one movie. They kind of want to hit everything,
yeah.
Like the only character that I think they never did anything like this was Goku. Goku, I felt like he's been asexual the entire series, except
Yeah, because all he cared about was fighting. He don't even care about his kids or his wife. He just cared
Yeah.
about fighting and ramen.
Fighting and eating.
Yeah.
Like when Dragon Ball Z came out, I was like, how did Goku get pinned down long enough for him to be with Chi-Chi? Like, you know what I mean? Like, relax. Like this man was all about fighting.
I mean, Vegeta just as bad. Like,
No,
he-
but
he only hugged Trunks
Vegeta,
once.
he's had moments like even in the last version of the anime where Bulma said something to him, like, "Oh, we can't something like, oh, we can't shower at home unless you do what I said," and he's like, "I guess we're gonna do what what she suggested."
But I think the thing with Vegeta was because he kind of is an asshole.
Mhm.
So like you kind of give him that pass when he just is like kind of a hey fuck you, I'm going to train. Where Goku, everybody looks at Goku like he's a great father, but he's actually hey like doesn't pay attention to anyone else. He's just trying to become the strongest.
yeah.
So in this movie, so there is there is a element to it just because it's an anime where it's just very unrealistic. Now, Chris,
Yeah,
why does that pull you out of movies? Just out of curiosity.
Because okay, and I think this is why I like anime so much. Like for instance, I just finished season 3 of Invincible.
Okay. So if it's done animated, it's okay, but if they do it in real life, it's
I mean, because animation is not made to be real, but I feel like they could tell real stories and get a better emotional pull from a person, if that makes sense.
yep.
Versus when you try to do a real story with real people, if they're not acting right or it's not written right, you might not get that emotional pull.
Yeah, but I feel like this movie is written almost exactly like the cartoon was or the anime was. So like why would it give you that emotional pull in the cartoon but versus if you just because the only difference is it got real actors. Real actors and body odor.
But that's what I'm saying. Because even when I watched Bleach to me was a great cartoon, and there was some episodes in there like, why did they put this in here? Because the series didn't need this shit.
Yeah,
But they also had the horny.
those are probably the little like filler episodes.
Yeah, but then when I watched the actual real movie, it didn't hit me the same way. I was like, they should have just kept it a cartoon.
What the live action Netflix always loves buying live action IP.
I don't. It was definitely live action, but I don't know if Netflix did it.
Yeah, no, they did. It was a Netflix one.
I don't think it was a Netflix original. I think they bought it to stream in the US.
Okay,
Like the only one that was actually decent. Like when I saw City Hunter, I thought it was something else. Like I thought it was like loosely based like the Jackie Chan one. I didn't think it was the bar for bar adaptation. But then when I saw it, I was like, all right, because there was only one movie in my opinion, and Mikazi might have a different opinion. Was what's it called? Shit, the one with the two brothers, Brotherhood. What's it called?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. That was the only one that was decent that Netflix did a live action adaptation. All the other ones end up being trash because they end up with the cheapest computer graphics for the best characters, and it's just like this is stupid.
Well, what about One Piece? They got the One Piece show.
Oh, the show, but that's a show that has like they're like, all right, we're here for a season, and we know what we gotta adapt. Like I was scared about season 2, but as you saw in the previews that came out this weekend, the character that the doctor, the little character that's like he looks actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be horrible.
I think one of the issues that a lot of animes when they get adapted in movies fall into is just because like the history of the characters and like the arcs are so long, and you gotta try to take all that. How you gonna take the Cell Saga and adapt it into a 2-hour movie? Well, in reality, you actually can, because like 10 of those episodes just motherfucker just spirit
For real.
But I mean, like, I think we get so attached to the story of some of these characters that when you try to condense it all into a quick 2.5 hour movie, sometimes it doesn't. They leave out certain parts. It's like reading a book and then watching the movie based on the book. You're like, man, they should have added this instead.
Yeah.
I just want to know why, for Chris, like, it feels like if it's a cartoon, they get away with a little more artistic license. Whereas if they use real people, you feel like they gotta treat it like it's actual reality.
Like, okay, which I know you haven't seen BoJack Horseman, but I feel like you can never make a real version of BoJack Horseman.
Because there ain't no real horses wearing fucking bomber jackets.
But I mean, even if you did the story, because the cartoon is so dark, but because it's so bright, you don't know how dark it is until you start listening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to get back to let's go to another movie. Is it Shaolin Soccer or was it Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah.
No, those are actually hilarious. But those are actually hilarious as martial arts movies.
Yeah.
Like
how come they get away? How come they're allowed to get away with the wildness?
Is it because of the actors that you remember them? Because remember, Shaolin Soccer came out before Kung Fu Hustle, so Shaolin Soccer kind of like came out and like set the table. So that way, when Kung Fu Hustle came out, you're already preconditioned to be like, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna expect."
But see, I didn't watch either one of those till later on down the road. So I guess now that I'm thinking about it, the reason why I think Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer pulled me into it is because they never tried to be serious. They didn't get serious, I want to say, till the end, if I'm correct.
Yeah, when he comes back dressed like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, but they keep that comedy aspect throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, but I feel like this one did too.
Yeah, this one, the tone, it was literally bar for bar like the anime.
And it keeps that same tone kind of throughout. Part serious, part funny.
Even when he was like, "Oh, this is your brother's life. You should leave. Like, leave the death in the past." If you didn't know anything about the character, or if you didn't realize the tone that this was going for, you'd be like, "Man, what a dickbag!" Like his partner died, and it wasn't to the reveal that they did, which is kind of like the anime, where the old man basically said like, "Oh, you've been investigating this." Like the sister thought this entire time he was just being a dick and not caring and like just hanging out with women. No, he was investigating his friend's murder the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just because of I think the comedy aspect was so over the top versus just being funny. If that makes sense.
As opposed to motherfuckers playing the fucking instruments and shooting, spirits at each other
Yeah.
in Kung Fu Hustle.
But that's later in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like even what was it in Shaolin Soccer when she shaved her head? And I can't remember what he said exactly. He was like, "What do you mean you're ugly?" You know what I'm saying? Like you don't shave to her face, she was ugly. And she was
No. But what about in the beginning when he got stabbed with the knife and the dude took the knife out? He goes, "Does that hurt?" And then he put it right back into the same hole.
Yeah.
He tried to throw the knife with it, it ricocheted off the ceiling and came back into his leg.
I don't know. I can't explain it, but those
like
are
you
different.
should have known what you were getting into. Within the first scene, this man uses a grappling hook. First of all, I don't believe grappling hooks exist for the public, like real ones. That, like, I'm pretty sure a guy is like, it's like a Napoleon Dynamite, the time machine. I feel like they sell those grappling hooks. Like, yeah, it'll shoot, but if you try to actually swing, you'll die. Like type deal. Like when he shot the grappling hook and then he's sliding with a power kick style and then he shoots one bullet. At that point, that's when I started. I was like, okay, I'm gonna really like this movie. Because if this was like done in the Raid Redemption style, he would have been like, shoot, and then
shot it. Okay. He'd have got through with his shoulder, like,
and then rolled,
landed, and then rolled, and had the sweat come down on his face.
Yeah. Like it would have been mad serious and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he has this new arsenal. It's like, no, he did it and nobody batted an eye. Even the bad guys were like, oh shit, yeah, we should have probably knew he was coming through the window. Like,
I don't know.
Even when the girl jumped from building to building in the beginning, nobody batted an eye. The two guys were like, "Oh, okay."
Well, no, but she had the drug in her.
I know, but like the two guys that were chasing her were not phased by it. Nobody went, "Oh, what the hell?"
No, he said how she get over there? And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "I can do it."
And then that right there, that set the tone for me too. The rubber thing.
We just talked about that. The air mattress.
He goes into the room and it's one of those fucking. It's basically like a host club.
Yeah.
Well, no, but in the room, because when he lands on it in the room, there's some suspect stuff going on in the bathtub, and then but everybody knew him.
They had a bunch of big boy. You didn't see it?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying every room he went to, they're like, "Oh, Rio, hey, what's up?"
like, what's up, man? And then what did the host say to him? The trans person was like, "It's like, hey man, come back, but come back with your money."
Oh yeah, come back and spend some money in the time or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah. I like when movies try to create their own world like that. I mean, granted, you have those real movies that do it, kind of like a Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained, Inglourious Bastards, where it's more serious, but they're creating a tone within the movie where you're like, it's hyper realism. It's not meant to be taken seriously because this is not how shit actually goes.
Yeah, so, and then if you think about it,
I think if you allow yourself to get not caught up, but if you allow yourself to like take that in and like go along for the ride. I think it offers a lot more artistic.
They sprinkle some realism, like you saw where the girl was staying at the computer room. You know, those are like computer coffee bars, right, in Japan. And there's a thing. I saw an article about this in like a YouTube video. They're talking about like Japanese young kids. They're skirting responsibilities and like renting these rooms while working legit bomb jobs just to like be nomads, like because those places have showers and stuff, and
you have a shared shower. Then your room is basically like a mattress and a little desk with like a TV or a computer and some place to eat.
But those are computer bars, like those are like meant to be like coffee shops, but in Japan they're so used to like people being there all day that they provide showers and you have the little bed, so it's like why have a place?
Would y'all go hang out at a place like that?
I'm not telling me the girl.
I would.
Chris will be on VR. He'll be on VR, just like he'll be sitting, just like you just walk by. Chris is just always like this, 24/7. Like Minority Report.
I would hang out there, but I don't know about staying there because
typical at home.
No, yeah, because I also have too much. Like, I wish I could be that minimalistic lifestyle that I have a bag and I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the opposite of what was it?
Chris,
Al Pacino
the
said.
of Chris.
No, I'm the opposite.
That's Chris.
Oh, like
Chris
Chris.
will come Chris will come to my house for a week, and he'll just have his backpack.
No, that's what I mean.
Now, make of it what you will. Well, I don't
Well,
know what- you don't know
he'll
what's
also
in it.
be he'll also be washing his drawers butt naked in the bathroom in your guest bathroom. Like,
No, I know how to fold my clothes military style, so you can fit a whole lot of things in the backpack.
well, I'm a big ass dude, and my t-shirts, although they're getting smaller,
Your t-shirts are parachutes.
yeah, like I got to
If
pack
you
them
can call in
real
the range,
tight.
just take the shirt off and make a tent.
Hey, it's what it is. It is what it is, but it's all good. But
Oh,
no,
man.
me and my wife were talking about it because we're going to Paris this fall.
Yeah, for
like,
wrestling.
for wrestling, and to we're going to Spain. We're gonna make it a whole thing because it's near our anniversary. And I told her I want to get I forgot what they call it. They call it a something wardrobe, it's a compact wardrobe that everything that you bring has a dual purpose. Like you bring like 2 jeans, 1 pair of shorts, and shirts that you could wear with multiple outfits. I think they call it
Clothes.
no, they call
Wear
it
jeans and shirts with multiple outfits.
no,
Oh,
but
God.
it's like stuff. I forgot what the name. I want to say it's cube. It's meant to be like to fit in one carry-on, and it should last you for 10 days with you washing one time. I forgot the name of it. It's like a travel person's, like, you know how people go backpacking in Europe and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get by. Like instead of bringing a shirt, like you see.
Those people in Europe, they go backpacking. They get by because they don't shower.
Oh no,
They wear that
I need to
clothes for
shower.
3 days straight.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Capsule.
They-
It's called the capsule wardrobe, which means that like you bring one button down or something like that, and then you wear that button down, but you have different pants to go with it.
Yeah.
Or you wear one hoodie and then can wear shorts if you're going hiking with it or something, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
but that's what I do.
multiple-
That's a normal basis. That's what
I
I
was
do.
gonna say, so even until they got a fancy word for this, and all I do is like put in the backpack. I'll grab a pair of shorts, a pair of jeans, maybe 4 different shirts, 1 button down, 1 t-shirt, long sleeve. And,
Chris washes the same pair of boxers and then puts it on.
it's
the
a
next day.
military. It's a military concept. No, I bring a different
I got-
outfit. I bring
No,
2 outfits per day.
I might
'Cause
not
I-
change my socks,
Hold on,
but
hold
I might not change my socks, but I will bring different underwear.
Hold on. Marcus, you bring 2 outfits per day?
Yeah.
Is one of them a gym outfit?
No, one of them.
Then-
It's like I wear a day outfit and an evening outfit because
What the hell?
Oh, come on. This ain't the Met Gala, bruh.
no. But my thing is, and this is like even before I was as big as I am.
I'm learning a lot about Marcos right now.
I'm about to say,
No. But this is something that I used to do even before I was as big as I am, because it's like, bro, if you're out all day, right? Out all day, and let's say you're staying at a hotel, you're on a vacation, you presumably are going to shower and go out to dinner, correct?
Yeah.
So, and you can't wear I normally wear like t-shirts and tank top if I go to like a warm weather places or whatever, and I wear I'm not bringing multiple shoes for each outfit, but I'm like, all right, like I'll ask like what is the vibe, and I do end up overpacking. Like every time I go to Florida, I bring 2 outfits per day because in Florida you sweat your balls off. Like I'm going to Arizona like this week, and the index is going to be 104 degrees, and I don't even know how to. I'm just wearing shorts the entire week. I don't care. We could go if we go to like a fancy dinner. I'm gonna be wearing a button down and shorts. Like
Just know Chris is judging the fuck out of you right now. Just so
I
you
know. Hey, I'm sorry. I've never mastered packing, dog. I always overpack.
I'm trying to make it make sense. Like, wait a minute, okay. If I
Like,
get
okay,
hot,
let me ask you, Sarat, when you're on an overseas trip and you guys doing TV for a couple weeks, like the block that you guys just did, like you were there for like what, 2 weeks at a time, or was it 1 week?
I was there for about 10 days.
Okay, so what would you pack for 10 days? Granted, I know you're a seasoned traveler and you basically are stuck at venues for a lot of the time.
I'd have 4 pairs of pants, maybe three pairs of shorts so I can get some workouts in, and then enough shirts to where if I want to wash it once, but I'll just reuse the shirts. And whatever shirt I wore today is gonna be my gym shirt tomorrow.
Okay.
okay, I can see that.
So
If we see you with a button down at the gym, it's because we're at the day before.
But no, if you see me with a button down, I might, I mean, again, especially if we're going out, Like if I'm going out somewhere special for dinner, I'll bring an outfit for that dinner because okay, it's a nice outfit for then. But you know, the slacks that I wear then, I might wear those slacks to work one day.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
And also, Chris,
You must
I
have
assume
big hampers, bro.
no. Also, Chris with
did
me.
did he say he pulls clothes out the hamper? He has a clean hamper and a dirty hamper.
Yeah, I don't. But I'm taking care of that.
No,
I'm
you're not.
dwindling. No, I am. I'm dwindling my outfits
Yeah.
down.
Your clothes gonna be stacked up like a Wally.
Nah, it's like I also don't like. I never feel like anywhere that I go will have clothes that number one I like or might even fit. Like we went on our honeymoon, we were gone for 3 weeks. I took a check bag, a carry on, and a personal item, and that's outside of my CPAP, which is his own separate bag. And granted, I ended up using every single item without washing because it was my first time in Europe because we went to Italy. There was no such thing as a washing machine or a laundromat. Like if we go somewhere, no,
When was
like
this? 1812? What do you mean no washing
no, there
machine?
was just like overpriced. They would say like no, like everybody I spoke to, even the hotel was like we would have to charge you per piece. And if you went to like an Italian laundromat, you would have to be there because they were like, they will open the laundry like mid wash and just take your shit. And I was like, really? I was like, it's a lot more wealth out here than it is in the US. It's like, no, they just, you're bringing in American stuff. They assume that whatever you washing is expensive. And I'm like, okay, if you want to leave with a Target
Hanes
t-shirt,
is a luxury item over there.
yeah, like,
That's so shit.
All right, so get back to the movie. All right, so in the story again, so the you have one guy who his partner gets murdered, and when they're trying to catch this one girl who was presumably on drugs, and she was basically
a drug,
they
not on drugs,
Yeah.
drug.
But okay, but a lady pretending to be her sister was asking them to find her.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out that's not actually her sister. So essentially, like, there's some underhanded stuff going on with corporations and trying to get like new drugs and stuff out into the world, and that's essentially what the story here. Did you guys like the story? I mean, Chris obviously didn't care for it much because
I liked it a lot. It like I said, it stayed true to the source material, which was the manga anime that it did, and they updated in the right places because you notice that. So in the anime, it was about homeless people, but if you notice, it was more about like those nomads that I talked about. Like if you notice, the kids that saw the girl that they were chasing throughout the movie, they knew her. Like she was a TikToker. She was one of those she was one of those type of like. It's one of those situations that is like that's very common in Japan right now. Like some people are just like we said earlier, will live out of a suitcase and going from like computer bar to computer bar and just that's just a way of life. And it's not like nobody's you're not seen as homeless. You're just seen as a person that doesn't want to be tied down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Chris, okay, so other than the wild nature of the action and stuff like that, like what was it about the story that you didn't really connect to?
I think I just couldn't focus on it.
A lot of things going on at the same time.
I mean, titties is titties. You know what I'm saying? Who don't like titties? Just,
until you turn around and it's Marcos.
Wow. Like I'm just gonna say it. Sarat is like a fat phobic guy. Like phobic guy. Hey,
that's
what I gotta do.
That's what you just tell him. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. I know what it all is. He's just mad that when I say what's up to him, he is a titty height. So I'm like, hey man, bring it in.
Easy access.
He is titty height.
His face be on you like, was it Meet the Fuckers? Eddie Griffin's face, the dad playing basketball.
No, that's isn't that oh my god, it's yes.
Yeah. That's what it was?
It's Along Came Polly.
Like,
oh gosh.
Yeah. What was it about the story, Chris?
I don't know. Like I said, I think he just couldn't pull me in. Like the action was dope because even watching the first fight scene, like we talked about him through the window, but then the actual fighting itself, I thought was pretty dope.
The hand to hand was A tier. Was
even even in the
It's top
hallway.
tier.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, even but the part that I just sit there laughing like, yo, what's going on here? When the sniper's trying to shoot the girl on stage,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and he's like about to show you something. And it's funny because he's in every shot, but the horse's head keeps getting shot at. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how is this even possible? You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
nobody
I-
sees what's going on here.
Like,
No, but it's,
I-
but that's, to me, that's the point. It highlights how skilled of a individual he is. I mean, to
Yeah.
the point where you never really thought he was gonna get hurt. But when he fought, the dude that was all hopped up on the drugs,
the bear.
yeah, then you're
Oh,
like, okay, yeah, he's gonna, he has
You
to
talking
actually has a test in front of him.
You talking about the Japanese Bane?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but I thought the story was just complex enough to make you want to pay attention to try to figure out what's going on. I love the slapsticky nature of everything. Again, he is so fucking skilled that he can't never do no wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to me, it's fun seeing someone like that because you're like, oh, he's about to do some crazy shit, and he does.
You know what?
So,
I think
what did you think?
I pinpointed it.
What?
The voiceovers.
Oh,
I
oh,
think
you saw
that's
it
what
dubbed. I
that's the
watched
way
it the
it played.
first time dubbed, and then I went and watched it with the subtitles.
No, when I first played it, that's just the way it came on. So I thought that's the way the movie
It's
was.
defaulted dub, which
Yeah.
is, but it's wild because it's like at least the dub they tried. It wasn't like he's Chinese, and it's like no, he doesn't even have that same voice type.
So I think that's what that's what we're talking about. I think that's what threw me off about the movie, the voiceovers.
I don't
just-
know. I don't know. I think Chris just doesn't like. I think
Asians.
no, yeah, a little bit. No, he actually would love if Chris could, bro. He would hop on an Asian and ride her like a Hayabusa.
Oh, he definitely wants to get with an Asian girl with blonde hair, right?
You know why though? Like,
Why?
fuck the girl, I want the food. She can cook. Man, I'd be eating
Okay.
ramen off her belly.
No,
All right.
slurping it.
All right. He's slurping it like the character in the front desk. It was like, oh, bring your money next time. You ramen off of their
Oh
belly?
man,
You know what? So did you guys ever watch Cowboy Bebop on Netflix when Netflix did the live action version of that?
I like the actors, but I was the only one that did. Like I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the full series. I saw like the first 4 episodes, and I liked it because I like John Chu. But everybody's like, that's not my not my Spike, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like,
But so the thing, I like the actors in the movie, but I actually felt like this movie did Cowboy Bebop better than that show. If that
yeah,
makes sense.
because first of all, is this guy a Japanese pop star or a Korean pop star? The main actor, I forgot.
I want to say Japanese.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude, and he looks exactly like the character.
Yeah.
So I guess with the Netflix show for Cowboy Bebop, they needed somebody that was Asian that people recognize. So John Cho is an amazing actor, and I love him and everything he's in. But I guess a lot of people couldn't get past the Harold and Kumar to make him a believable Spike Spiegel. And that's where it was. Like, I liked it, but then like I watched it 4 or 5 episodes, and I hit up my friends, and they were like, "Oh, you like that?" And I was like, "What?" I'm not saying that I like Dragon Ball Z the movie, the US one, but I really like this show. And they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." Like there's certain animes or TV shows that I guess you can't touch, and
I think you can touch them. I just think some people are like they want a 1-to-1 translation.
which is it's funny. This movie is, and look how Chris is there. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
I don't know
but I
about
mean,
this.
but that's the thing. For some people, they want that, and any kind of diversion from it is like, they it's like heresy. You can't do it. But I don't know. I felt like the tone of this movie felt more like Cowboy Bebop than the show did, and I actually like the Cowboy Bebop show. But I think that's also one of the ones where they had to get they got a lot of American actors for it. Whereas this
Yeah.
one, you went and got Japanese. So because you don't have any recognized, or at least to our eyes, recognizable people in there, it allows you to, see them as the character. Whereas again, like you say Harold and Kumar, you're just like for some people they can't see past that. I don't know why. Like I can see Brad Pitt playing different characters. That never throws anything off of me.
Yeah. But like I like the lead, Ryu's lead,
Rio.
or Rio lead. He's good. Like he had this intensity about him. Like when he got serious, I was like, okay, this guy could be like an action star. And there's some featurettes if you guys go on YouTube. Like he learned from the ground up, like the hand to hand combat
Yeah.
to make it seem realistic. Like some of those like hand to hand scenes, when you take out the special effects, they're like really clean.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like
I
it's
think that's
well
what-
choreographed.
I feel like that's what Chris likes, and I'm sorry to hopping on you, but I feel like the reason why you have a hard time connecting with stuff like this because when you see action, I think you like serious action. But even though you like, for some reason, you like Deadpool, but Deadpool's got a lot more like brutality to it. But I think when you see a lot of action, you like it. Like I want to see realistic kind of action versus like kind of over exaggerated.
Which is why I think I like cartoons. Because, like I said, even when watching Invincible, I actually had the kids watching it, and they're like, "His face just got smashed in. You like this brutality?" I was like, "Cause it's not real, but it has a real story to it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I also believe in Invincible. I don't care. I don't think as a society we would ever get to a point that we accept that show as live action. So much gore. So much gore.
You can do that in the cartoon.
No, you can accept fucking Deadpool Wolverine. He beat somebody down with a skeleton. Come on.
But they have
There was not much gore though.
yeah, it's
You whooping someone's ass with a femur? That's not gory.
yeah, but the femur was already out of the body.
Yeah.
Like it's a breakaway. Like in and if you think about it, in Invincible, like when he has to beat the guy's ass with his broken hand, like
the last fight, the third season.
like that would have not translated well on live action because it would have been so brutal. It's
he headbutted him to death. You know, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, you didn't watch it in fucking Doctor Strange when they had fucking this dude Black Bolt explode his own head when he tried to scream and Scarlet Witch closed his mouth up.
But it was like you just saw the special effect and then it went away. It wasn't like
Exploded.
like she kept beating him until his hand, like I'm talking about. Like you ever seen Demon Knight when the dude punched him through the head and he's like, oh man, he's trying to shake his head off his hand like when he punched him straight through it. Like that is considered more horror genre than action here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, because even I don't like. Y'all can't really sound like
first of all, Invincible would be more like Ricky O,
movie.
the story of Ricky O than anything. Which I don't know anybody outside of a dude that I'm friends with that will get through that movie. Like, oh, that was good. Other people are like, what the hell are you watching?
I don't think I've seen Ricky O.
Yeah,
You haven't?
It's an older Asian like kung fu movie, a kung fu
Yeah, I don't.
kind of thing.
They didn't give it like a rating in the U.S. It was just like unrated.
Yeah.
And it's not for like porn. It's just like, bro, the violence is so gratuitous.
Okay, have y'all seen Hardcore Henry?
Yeah,
I've
think
seen
it
parts
out
of it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
yeah, I've seen it.
I actually thought that came out better than I expected it to be.
Okay.
It was because that's that first person kind of thing, right?
Yeah, the whole movie is the first person, but like the fight scenes, everything else was, I wouldn't say they were gory, but they breaking a whole bunch of shit and all kind of stuff like that.
I think one of the most goriest action movies I've seen, it was the Dutch or something. It's about the World War II guy. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It came out last year.
I don't know, but I don't know. I felt like this movie it scratched a good balance between action, heartfelt, drama, and comedy. I mean, I don't know. Like, I like slapstick comedy, like like over the top, clearly not to be taken seriously comedy. Because like Love Hurts, it's comedy, but it's a little more relatable in their comedy. Where this one, like this dude, she was getting rid of his fucking porn collection.
Oh yeah,
because there's more down here, and it said Slade.
Okay, so with that being said, is this like a Napoleon Dynamite? And the reason why I say that is like because the first time you watch it, or for me, it's like, okay, what the heck did I just watch? but then I watched it again and it was hilarious.
No, but Napoleon Dynamite is one of those movies that they didn't give you a premise. It was just like it's one of those movies that till to this day I'm trying to figure out if it was in modern times or it's not. Because some characters are modern times, like Pedro's entire family is like modern times.
Yeah.
But then Napoleon is like, what year is this?
No, I mean Napoleon's just a small town, like presumably Iowa, kind of. You know.
Something.
No, I know, but I think the thing is, I think with Napoleon Dynamite, it's so quirky that it makes you go, this like people like this can't be real.
Okay.
Whereas with this one, it's like it feels like okay, these are kind of real people, but they're set in a world that's a little more exaggerated. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You know, because again, like you're not gonna see a guy, you know, shooting bullets through the same bullet hole through the window. You know, it's so over exaggerated, but like in this sense, it highlights just how like skilled of a character he is.
Yeah.
This is why everybody's like afraid of him or doesn't want to mess with him because they know like, hey, when the city hunter comes in,
I might have to watch it again. I don't know.
you gotta watch it like you gotta watch it like you're watching Baby Driver or Django or something, where it's like it's creating its own world.
So the movie that I was talking about that it is brutal, and spoiler, it might be one of my suggestions. Sisu, have you seen that?
Sisu?
Yeah. Oh, you guys are gonna be. Yeah. Okay. So never mind. So we're not gonna talk about it now. It came out in 2002. It is crazy. You'll like it. But Chris, you just
I can't wait to see. I'm gonna like Marcos. I question you, man.
but I think that's what it is. Like I feel like if I go back and watch it and don't watch the dub version, I might pay attention more to the movie.
But okay, but wait, is it? But what is it about the dub? Is it because the lips don't match because of this?
The lips don't match, of course. And like some scenes, like you said, but he's Chinese. It's like that the voice doesn't go with that person at that moment.
But I don't know. I feel like it wasn't so like out there in this movie that it was distracting to me. I don't know. Maybe because there was no black characters in here. I don't know.
But you the black and Asian connection?
Yeah, but was there a black character in the movie?
There was not a black character unless it's like Mike Tyson in this movie. Mike Tyson was in a Jet Li movie until just saying that sentence makes
Jet
me
Li,
go.
Donnie
Yen, yeah.
Hitman 3.
Yeah, and I was just like, what?
And you know what's funny? I didn't watch the whole movie. I just saw the last fight scene. I thought it was okay.
Chris, what would you have changed in this movie to make it more palatable to your tastes? More real? Was it not more, so over the top?
Honestly, I think I wish I just would have had more of a background of it because I would have knew I guess what I was walking into.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen the anime in like 2 decades.
But you've seen it though.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it before time since I was 5, but I still know that shit.
But I've seen the Jackie Chan movie and I didn't put the correlation with the anime until like
have you seen the Jackie Chan version?
Mm-mm.
You ever seen the clip of Jackie Chan dressed up as Chun-Li from Street Fighter?
No.
If you find that's from his version of City Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah. I don't know. Like I said earlier, though, I feel like Jackie Chan is funny. I think this was just trying to be funny.
I don't know.
It was
I think maybe because you are familiar with Jackie Chan that you kind of know what to expect with his movies. Like if you ever seen Shinjuku Incident with Jackie Chan, that'll throw you off. Because you'll be like, yo, I'm used to him being funny. Or like, remember that movie, The Foreigner with Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah. But that was an excellent movie.
Yeah. But The Foreigner was good, but that movie came out years later in his career.
No, I'm saying, but when you're used to Jackie Chan, Jackie Chan style movie, and all of a sudden you come across that, you be like, oh, this is different. Because like in Shinjuku Incident, it's more of a drama. It's not a martial arts movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I think if I could change something or whatever, like I said, probably
you make Jackie Chan lead.
the voiceover, but like I said, just maybe having more of an idea
Well,
what I was walking into.
it was a movie that was filmed for Japanese audience, and Netflix just bought it. So
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, when he flies on the stairs on that blow up doll or whatever it is, you got this whole big crash scene going through the window, but then his friend goes squeak, and he bounces. Like that squeak.
no,
is
you know what's funny? I rewound that scene like everyone that scene like 3 times because I'm like, who gave him the towel? You saw when the towel got tossed to him? They never was clear who gave him that towel. He just saw it was like a stack of towels. He grabbed one and then he's like, oh, as he's running towards the girl. And I was like,
my favorite was when he was like, no, he goes, I'm not taking this case. He goes, but this is the CEO. He was like,
all right,
okay, I'll take the case.
Oh man!
When
Do you guys miss characters like that in movies? Like that overly horny character? I feel like he's like a Stifler.
yeah.
I feel like you don't see those characters that because it's 2025.
But
You don't see characters like that anymore.
Here's the thing, but Stifler was fun in the first 2. The last 2, I was just like, all right, this is getting weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like he aged out of that immaturity for me.
Okay, here's a question: Is it necessarily that the character aged out, or that the story for all the characters, they all aged up and like kind of got mature, and he kind of stayed the same? That's why it kind of felt weird.
It's probably the latter. What you're saying?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes if you have like say this movie, if you have like different cases, if you had like 4 movies, all different cases, I feel like if the character's the same, you wouldn't worry so much about it because you're just paying attention to the story of the case. Whereas with American Pie, like the characters were growing up, getting married, doing all this stuff, and like Stifler stays the same. Now you're like bro, you're like David Spade and Grown Ups.
Yeah.
What's another movie then? Because I mean that's a good I guess reference. But that American Pie was what 2000, 98, 99?
99.
Okay,
But
okay,
99 and 2000.
okay. So is there any movie? After, you're working with some ass shit.
So speaking
glad
of now that you read it, we randomly
Yep, you know exactly what to do in this moment.
now that we randomly gone into this tangent, Chris, do you change your shoes in the background like every single time we record, or is it just circumstance?
I did it since you last called up. My Tim was sitting there. I said,
Okay.
So let me put a different shoe over here, just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
But shit,
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah,
All right.
Sarat, what did you like about this movie?
I just think I think it was a fun movie to watch, entertaining, kind of like Love Hurts. It's just a fun time, like a fun, entertaining movie to watch. But I wish I had seen it in theaters. If it was in theaters, I would have came out theaters like, yo, this was awesome. Like I had fun. When the movie's over, you'll talk about it a little bit, but then you're not talking about it the next day or the next day. Other than man, this motherfucker was just shooting through the same bullet hole the entire time. But like,
When he showed it, like Chris, you didn't like the fact when he was like, "Yeah, it's your brother's gun," and then pop, 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 through, and then it was like through the same hole.
Yeah.
And then he went, yeah, and then he put it in the holster.
I've saw a couple 6 shooters before, and why in these movies they never run out of bullets ever?
No. He kept reloading his. They reloaded, but like he had her tossing him all the magazines.
Now I will say this, which I thought was when they are in the warehouse or whatever, going to the big boss, and he's in there shooting. He has 2 pistols.
Yeah.
And when he's with the girl and he unloads it, and she hands the other clips.
Mm-hmm.
The pause fucked me up for that one because he was like, "Oh, okay," and then loaded him up. But if she would have just threw him up, he'd have caught him like, "Okay, that would have a dope ass action scene." You know what I'm saying?
But then you would have been like, "Oh, it's trying too hard." They gotta be who they gotta be.
Nah, because I mean they did the same thing in Deadpool Wolverine, where he ejects one and flips the gun and catches it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it can't happen in real life, but not like 900 times out of whatever, you're not getting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She would have been like, but she would have came after he just shot one bullet through a little fucking pipe. You know what I'm saying? Took down 80,000 dudes dressed in gear. And came back there, and she's like, "Here's your."
That's what makes this movie so fun, bro.
I'm like, what?
Like, dude, he launched himself way in the air. And he's like, one bullet went.
Yeah. But then you go take time to reload the gun, man.
what's funny is it kind of had the same kind of scene like in the Matrix when Neo and Trinity are standing there and all the guys come with the guns and they look at each other and they break off and they go behind the pillars.
Yeah.
Same kind of scene, but they didn't really have nothing to hide behind. They just ran sideways and the other guys couldn't.
Except so it's funny you mentioned that
gravity.
scene. It's funny you mentioned that scene because still to this day, why go through the metal detector? Why put your bags through the metal detector? Like you get there and then your metal detector is going off. They see all the guns going through the X-ray machine. Why not just walk in and start shooting? Like I know they did it for dramatics.
When the security guard just look at you, he goes, take off your jacket, whatever. He opens it up and he has all the guns.
Goes,
Holy shit! And then all of a sudden, that's off. It's off to the races.
Yeah.
But that's another movie where you get put in a scenario where you kind of just get engulfed in the story. So you're just plugging into a fucking computer. Like it's so outlandish.
When Trinity starts doing the spin get through the window or whatever the hell she did, I was like, all right.
They take an action figure just went like this.
Yeah.
They had to go through the fucking window.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I want to see more movies like this. I like movies.
I heard this is getting a sequel. I don't know when, but because the anime had a couple different. It was only one anime, but it had a TV show that had multiple stories that they adapted.
Yeah.
So hopefully this gets a sequel.
Yeah.
I like the cast.
Maybe they add a black character, and then Chris will be like, "Yeah, okay, no, I'll watch it."
No,
that's
even how I roll.
All right, whatever.
But I did have to go represent, Sinners and Boys in the Hood and Friday.
And what is it?
Remember the Titans.
Do the Right Thing.
Just naming every black movie he's ever seen. New Jersey Drive,
Goofy movie,
Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X,
For real.
Boomerang.
Devil in the Blue Dress, Harlem Nights. You can't leave out Harlem Nights now.
You know what the blackest movie out
I
there
hate
is?
when kid is like that. I just hate when kid is like that.
You know what the blackest movie out there is? Chicken Run.
Jesus.
How?
That's a black horror movie. Seeing all the chickens getting demolished.
They get the monsters trying to get away, get their freedom.
Yeah, they're running
Anyway.
away. All the chicken running away. Like, no.
Anyway, guys, this has been another episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast, where Sarat drills down on Chris and asks him, why you didn't like this movie that I like, brother?
Yeah, because it's
Tell me why you didn't like this movie.
Because it's interesting,
all Asian.
it's because for some reason, I think Chris, when he sees certain action scenes, it's if there's a level of extraordinary or unbelievableness to him, he checks out of it. But in other movies, it doesn't. So I'm just curious as to why that happens sometimes.
Like I said, which is why I think I like cartoons. I keep going back to Invincible because of how bloody it is, how gory it is, but it's not real.
No, but what I'm saying is, in some real movies, Deadpool, Wolverine, it's super over the top and whatever, but you go along with the story there, but something like this where you don't. So I'm just curious But
you also know the history of Deadpool, you know what I'm saying, and Wolverine. So it's you kind of expect the action. You want it to be over. You want it to be over the top and cool. But it's still not better than the Raid. So
did you not want this movie to be over the top when you saw it? That's what I'm curious about. I'm like, what is it about this movie that all of a sudden in your brain was I can't connect to this?
There's a reason why I keep going back to that squeak. Because at that moment, my brain was like, what the fuck? And I just couldn't get the hamster to to pick back up in the movie. The squeak threw me off. You know what I'm saying? When he hits the ground, that squeak. The hamster in my brain.
So the fact that he got up after falling out of 20 stories, and he just got up and got in the car. You were cool with that, but the squeak took you out of the whole movie.
Shit. When it started off,
when his straight-laced partner was like, "Hey, you good?" and then opened the door, that was cool.
Look, I know y'all saw the movie, but I got to paint this picture. He's on the rooftop, red bikini, blue bikini, white bikini. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? Okay, This is interesting. But then he swings through like you said on the zip line. And I'm like, okay. Then the fight scene. It's okay, the fight scene is dope. I get all that. And chasing the girl, and when that whole thing, right now, my brain is tuned into what's going on. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to see if I can keep it with the story. What's going on? It's my brain is developing. If that makes sense.
Yep.
It flies to the bathroom, hits that air mattress, comes crash to the window, and I had my speakers plugged in, so I had a full sound. And then squeak! My brain said, "What the fuck?" And I was lost after that.
But look, it was literally so outlandish. He out there just
I was
googling some different colored bikinis, and then everything's already so like over the top. And then that's the thing that's what I'm just like, oh, like I don't know.
Just go back and watch that scene and see if the squeak doesn't throw you off, even though you've already seen it.
I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, well, you know what? That's another episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. Y'all be good out there.
I'm a warrior.